Hello everyone! Here we are with yet another Skyline video. We're going to be doing quite a few of these since you guys seem to really like them. Today we're going to be talking about the creme de la creme versions of the R34 GTR, excluding the Z-Tune, because let's face it, we've got better chances of buying a McLaren P1 let alone even finding a Z-Tune. We're going to be answering two questions today. First, what is a NERSpec GTR? And second, should I get one? A NERSpec GTR would have been a car with the model year 2002, which was also the last model year of the R34. Only 1,003 NERSpec GTRs were made and there were only two versions. The V-Spec 2 NER and the M-Spec NER. The V in V-Spec stands for Victory and the M in M-Spec stands for Mizuno, who is the chief engineer at Nissan. And yes, you guessed it, the NER comes from Nürburgring, the track the car was tested at. So what else sets the NERSpec GTRs apart from the rest, with the exception of the badges and the rarity? Well, for starters, the RB26 in the NERSpec cars have an N124U engine with larger steel turbochargers, as opposed to the standard ceramic ones. The NERSpec cars also run a little bit more boost than standard as well. Some tinier details were changed to make the NER models more distinct, such as different colors for the stitching of the interior trim and speedometers that go up to 300 kilometers an hour. And lastly, the two most famous unique qualities of the NERSpec GTRs are the gold valve covers instead of the standard red and gold VIN plates instead of the standard blue. So there we go. In sorta layman terms, that is what a NERSpec GTR is. Now that we've answered the question of what they are, let's move on to the next one, which I'm still struggling with myself. The question is, should I get a NERSpec GTR? To be more specific, should I get an M-Spec NER? Which happens to be the rarer variant of these already rare and expensive R34s. 718 V-Spec 2 NERs were made, and only 285 M-Spec NERs were made. But unfortunately, thanks to SRS and the internet, the M-Spec NER is my favorite. There's just so much about it that I like. I especially like the fact that M stands for Mizuno. I think it would be super cool to have a GTR that basically pays tribute to one of the main people that made this dream tuner car possible. But should I get one? And the main reason why I ask this is because they are so gosh darn expensive. I'll give you guys some perspective. I could probably find a standard or V-Spec R34 GTR for $40,000 to $60,000. A NERSpec GTR of any kind can fetch anywhere from $90,000 to $140,000, or more if it's low mileage and in ultra pristine condition. As you guys may or may not know, I already have an M-Spec NER badge that I intend to put on an R34 when they finally return to the US. But what car will I be putting the badge on? A standard or V-Spec car? Or a true M-Spec NER? If when the time comes I have enough money or can find a damaged M-Spec NER for a lot less, I'll probably get the full-on NERSpec car. But why is that important? Why is it important to have the real deal? Well, here's the thing. Take 1 second and try to remember the fact that there are people out there who put badges on cars that simply don't belong there. The most famous examples being the BMW M badge on non-M cars. So putting a NER badge from a 2002 model onto a much more common 1999 R34 is probably going to feel pretty similar. And remember all those things I told you about what sets the NERSpec GTRs apart? Well, it's not hard to find an N124U engine block. Suspension can be upgraded, and frankly I don't care about the changes they made to the interior. The M-Specs also had heated front seats, by the way. I can even have the valve cover be NERSpec Gold, but the only thing I can't change is the VIN. I mean, sure, I could make that gold as well, but I can't change the numbers on it. And if anyone sees the numbers at a car show and runs them online, they'll quickly discover the car is a fake. And doing something like that would feel like setting myself up to be caught in a lie. I, of course, could just not put the M-Spec NER badge on the car, but at the same time, it's my dream version of it. So you see my dilemma? But we've got a ways to go before any of these cars can be driven on US roads. 1999 standard and V-Spec cars will arrive in 2024, but the 2002 NERSpec GTRs won't be here until 2027. So I guess I've got some time to save up, do some sourcing, research, and make a decision when the time draws closer. In the meantime though, I'm going to focus on driving around on my WRX and working on planning and building my M3E46 GTR GT2 project. However, I obviously want to keep making more Skyline videos. Future projects include talking about the different models of the R34 from 1999 to 2002, or the infamous RB30 engine swap. We'll see which one I do first, but I guarantee you I'll do both and much more. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like and a comment down below. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button and ding the bell so that you can be notified when all my future videos come out. And without further ado, I, Tom, aka the Racing Joker, will be signing out. I'll see you all later. Stay crazy, everyone.